Okay, in this video we are now ready to do an install of Webmin on our CentOS server. The first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and go to the Webmin homepage, webmin.com, go to download, and right here we'll look for the package we need for CentOS, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and copy this URL, copy shortcut, and then I'm going to open up PuTTY and SSH into my CentOS server. I'm going to log in. Okay, now if you remember, one of the programs I installed was Screen, and I used that to save sessions. In case I get disconnected, whatever I'm doing within the Screen session will continue to run until I log back in, reconnect Screen, and change something. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to becoming root, and just sudo su dash, type in my user password for TimH. Now I'm root. I'm going to type in wget, and then I'm going to just paste that shortcut into the window there. Middle mouse button if you made the same changes that I had made in configuring PuTTY. Right mouse button if you have not. Okay, just push enter. And it's downloading the package. And while that's running, we do need to install the capability for Perl to use SSL. Webmin is a Perl application, and it'll immediately check for this package when you do the initial install, and if it's there, it'll go ahead and use it. Either way, it's going to start up the server right away, and just as a precaution, I wanted to start up the server using SSL so that way any password that we use to connect to Webmin is encrypted. So I can just start another screen window here just by hitting Control A, C, and here I'm just going to type in sudo yum -y install perl-net with a capital N capital SSL lowercase eay, and hit enter. And type in my password, and there it goes. Okay, that's completed. Now to go back to my first window, I can hit Control A, 0, and I'll go ahead and type in RPM. Webmin is finished downloading, by the way. I can type in RPM to install, -I for install, V for verbose, and H so it types out a bunch of hashes across the screen showing the progress of the installation. So if it gets interrupted, we know we get an idea what's going on. And then hit enter. And it's installing Webmin. It'll take a minute. It's after it gets installed, it'll start up Webmin and tell us that we can connect to it. Okay, well that's going on. I'm going to switch back to the other window. Hit Control A1 to switch back to the other window, and then I'm going to sudo su dash to become root, and then I'm going to run. The thing is, the firewall is running on here, and I need to open it up so that way we can connect to Webmin remotely. So system-config security level -TUI, hit enter, and I'll just hit tab to customize and hit enter, and then tab all the way to the last line, other ports, and you can put ports or names of ports separated by a space, and we need to open up port 10,000 because that's the default port for Webmin, and then tab, enter, OK, and tab to OK. Now that's done. Now let's go back to our first window, Control A, 0, Alright, it's installed Webmin and it says it's running, and it tells me that I can connect to it now as root, and we're going to do just that. Since I'm really done here, I'm just going to hit Control A D. That'll take me out of the screen session, and then I can just type exit. And now I'm going to connect to HTTPS. I'm going to go ahead and type in the raw IP address here, 192.168.0.33:10,000 for the port. Okay. Now, the Webmin uses a self-signed certificate, and so you're going to get this message right away. Say, hey, this is not a trusted certificate. But we trust that this is correct for our setup purposes here. I'm going to click here to continue to this website, even though it's not recommended. We're the admins. We know what we're doing, right? Okay, we log in as root. Type in the root password, the one that you used during the install, and click login. And now we're going to go to Webmin, Webmin users, create a new Webmin user, and we're going to set this to be the same as the user TimH that we set on the server, and I'm going to use Unix authentication. You could type in your own password here for it, just for Webmin. I'm going to use Unix authentication, and then down here under available Webmin modules, go ahead and select all. And anytime you add a new module to Webmin, or if you add a new service on your server that Webmin has a module for, you'll have to come back here and select the checkbox so that you have, for that user, so that you have complete control over all the modules in Webmin. This doesn't add that by default. Okay, so now I've got my TimH user who's got all the rights on Webmin. So now I'm going to log out. And then I'll log in as TimH using my Unix password. Okay, go to Webmin, Webmin users, highlight the root, and delete them. Now keep in mind, it doesn't delete them on the system, it only deletes the Webmin user root, which we want to do because root is kind of an obvious name. Any hackers that want to try and hack into our system will try to log in as root with, and then just try random passwords until they can get in. So this eliminates the possibility of that altogether. They have to guess what username is on Webmin as well. And that's it for Webmin. There's just a quick overview here. There's tools here that you can use. There's even a graphical utility for managing your logical volume management, although you can't shrink drives while they're mounted. You grab bootloader and a lot of different things here, including your system time, can be corrected and changed all from Webmin here. And there's multiple. You can set up disk quotas, you can change passwords for users, you can set up what service you want to start up automatically at boot up. You can do file system backups. You can set up LDAP. There's just a ton of things here. You can even manage users and groups, all right here in Webmin. Local groups, local users, you can add new ones. I got a tiny screen here, so let's scroll down here to show you the options. And now under servers, we haven't installed a web server yet, and we'll do that, and we'll show you how to handle, and you can even manage your web server directly here from Webmin as well. And we'll do that in another video. But that's it for now. Webmin is up and running. It's running fairly secure. There's no possibility anybody can brute force root user on Webmin to break into your box. And that's it.